By the light of the sun, by the depth of the moon, by the flame of the wand, and by the pentacle of earth, I call upon the guides of wisdom, the ancestors of the craft, and the holy guardian angel. Guide us now through the stations of the dove and serpent. Reveal what is hidden, that we may transform it into light. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. In this reading, we walk the path of the dove and serpent spread, an 11-fold journey of transformation. Each position reveals a unique aspect of your journey, alternating between the essence of your being and the events that shape your destiny. Remember to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Princess of Pentacles. Now, this is a person who is feeling like something big is about to happen, right? Some kind of major upgrade is just about to manifest. I feel like you're right at the edge, like something is just about here for you. Now, the first position is called the station, and it represents sort of what we feel inside, how we see ourselves, what is preoccupying us right now. And I think that there's something that you're ready to give birth to. There's something that is ready to be like unleashed on the world through you, okay? You're almost done with the project. Something that you've been working on is almost here. Something's almost arrived, okay? This reflects someone who is cultivating themselves, cultivating their best life. This is the investment, right? We've invested in something and it's about to bring its returns. It's about to pay dividends, yeah? This is the card that very often transforms into the Empress. And I think that it's really this idea of we're producing something in the world, and then that Empress energy comes in. That's us now taking care of it. That's us now being kind of the parent to this thing. It's our baby, and our baby's almost here, okay? It's almost materialized. Whatever we've been working on, whatever we've been waiting for and working toward, the arrival, right, is very, very close now. So we have to put this card into a little bit of context. I'd like to see what we are working toward, what we're working on and for. Here we have the Devil energy. We've got an 8 of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. We have a 10 of Cups. We have the Lust or Strength card in the future position. That is wonderful. Very good energy. You're not here by accident, Gemini. Okay? You're meant to find this. This is here for a reason. Now we have the Art or Temperance card. We have the Hierophant. We have a 3 of Cups, and we have a Queen of Cups as well. A lot of major arcana energy, a lot of good water energy. You've got a lot of good stuff here, okay? Your guides definitely have something to say today. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. Oops, we got some volunteers. We got quite a bit of volunteers. Let's put our mystery card over here. We're going to put Dwight K. Schrute right here on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, so you do have to watch till the end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading, okay? If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below, okay? Let's look around the room. We see, obviously, some majors. We have major, 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 major. We got an extra one over here with the Justice card. Let's see, you've got fire over here. You got some more fire on this side. Our volunteer cards, which we'll talk about. You have water, water, and water. Got a little bit of air. Makes sense. A little bit. You got to have a little bit. And then, of course, we have our earth energy. Okay. So first, let's talk about these 3 cards. We have the Queen of Wands, the Justice card, and the 10 of Wands. To me, the Queen of Wands is a transition from what came before. making the choice to go forward, to put all of our eggs in one basket. So I think this is kind of representing what happened here, right? With your Ace of Wands here in the background, something began. This was when you started doing something. So I think the 3 volunteer cards we have represent the process for you of ending something else. There was an ending that had to take place for you before we could make the choice to start this and go all in with this. Okay? If you want to devote 100% of your energy to what you're doing now, you had to put an end to something else. Okay? You couldn't give 100% to 2 different things, in other words, right? And so that's kind of where we are right now. That's how we got here to this position, was by making a very kind of high-level decision in our lives about where to place our attention. See, the fire energy is all about your willpower, your attention, your intention, your focus, right? Where you are applying your energy. The queens are always talking about transitions from something that's ended, right? So I think we had to make a decision to sort of stop doing something else so that we could start doing this. And this has been a little bit of an interesting journey for you. Here with that 8 of Swords at the bottom, it's kind of saying that we maybe haven't always been so confident that we made the right decision to start this, to begin this thing, right? There could have been, we still might be in this period of time where we're just kind of like, there's part of me that is just worried, like, I'm not really going to feel like I made the right decision back there until this thing arrives, until everything's all good, until the money's in the bank, you know? And that's kind of, where we are, that we're always in this mode of, gosh, there's always a possibility that I'd made the wrong move, that this was a bad decision, right? But position 2, this is the battle position for you. This is the battlefield. It's kind of what is, what your challenge is right now, what your quest is at this time. And this is an energy that says, keep driving up the mountain, keep going. This is the engine of the car, right? And this is where you're being told to keep fighting, keep going, don't give up, stay committed right now. Whatever we're worried about, whatever things are sort of tempting us to quit or to go in a different direction, ignore them for now. This is almost a card of obsession, right? That we have to be obsessed with this goal if we're going to make it. And it may be that your path right now is quite lonely because you've been so obsessed with this thing, this project, this idea, this goal, this plan, this purpose, that other people don't understand. Other people aren't around right now. You're kind of on your own. You're doing the thing that you care about more than anything, and people may kind of see you as being a bit obsessive. I feel like this is the obsession we need. You want to be great, you want to be the GOAT, right? You want to be the greatest of all time. You got to be obsessed with what you're doing. Obsessed with your music or your art or your YouTube channel or your skill or your relationship, whatever it is. It's a healthy obsession, okay? They always talk about, it's an unhealthy obsession. There are healthy obsessions. You're obsessed with fitness. You're obsessed with clean eating or whatever it is. Doesn't matter really what it is. What matters is that you know that your potential is going to be fulfilled, that it's going to be fully realized because of this obsession. It's a healthy obsession because it's achieving more than anybody else could possibly have dreamed of. Okay, you want to get that 10 of cups, perfect fulfillment. You got to be obsessed with what you're doing now, right? And it's kind of like when I don't know if you have kids, but I have a 5-year-old daughter. When she was born, and still to this day, I am obsessed with her, right? I am obsessed with being her father. And of course, it needs to be a healthy obsession, right? But especially when something has just arrived and it's a kind of a newborn thing, we're absolutely obsessed with it. When my wife and I had our daughter, and even to this day, everything's about her. Everything is sort of, she's our world, right? And I think the same thing is happening for you with whatever you're doing now. The reason why it's about to arrive, it's about to be born, it's about to materialize, is because of your obsession. It's because of your commitment that you have disciplined yourself, you have locked yourself in to this, and you're achieving more than anyone else really dreams of. Okay? And that's kind of, this is the courage that you need right now, because it probably has been a bit of a lonely path. It's probably been a bit of a struggle, and I feel like you're kind of the lone mountain goat, that you've been climbing this mountain diligently. You have such endurance right now. And it's probably taken you away from just having fun, being with friends, like doing normal stuff, right? But this is going to be worth it. Absolutely worth it. Now, down beneath the surface, again, we've got our third position, the soul position. It's something that's kind of whispering from inside of you, and there's a little bit of doubt and a little bit of rumination here. We're just not sure if what we did was the right thing. We're not so convinced, I think that we're not going to be absolutely convinced of our success until it's here, until it arrives. Okay, and that's that's kind of the Eight of Swords here, where there's a little bit of doubt, and we're not going to fully believe in this or acknowledge this. We're not going to fully celebrate this until it's actually here. There's still these lingering doubts, or I don't know if doubts are is the right word, but it's kind of like we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch, sort of thing. And this makes sense, but I think we're trying to keep ourselves focused. We're trying not to be too distracted, trying not to be too complicated. You're trying to keep it simple. Okay? I think that's really the message coming from your soul right now. Just keep things simple. Too much is too much, The simpler, the better. Kind of minimalist in a way. And it's kind of the simplest path is going to be the sort of the best path for you right now. Okay, we talked about position 4, which is the past position. It's the dwarf position, and sometimes this is some past karma that's still lingering. And here we have the Ace of Wands. I think that this is really like you lit a fire under yourself for something, and this to me is the result of this stuff here, where you made a transition. I think that you prioritized, you readjusted your life. You made some adjustments to your energy, and you ended something in order to go all in with something else. Either you quit your job, or you ended a relationship, or you said no to a whole bunch of things so that you could say yes to this, right? And so this is kind of like, I quit my job so I can work on the YouTube full time, and that's it. I put all my eggs in this basket, and it's been a lonely path, but it's there's an obsession here, And so that's what these 3 cards are sort of leading up to, is this Ace. And this Ace was your will, your creative idea. This is that impulse, that spark. This is what I want to do. This is where my passion lies. This is what I'm going to focus on. This is how I'm going to become great, And I feel like you made the transition. You had to rearrange some things. You had to reprioritize. We had to make some adjustments in our lives, right? And it's all for the sake of the 10 of Cups up here. This is the giant position, the driving force, and that is complete fulfillment. That is you being fully filled, with satisfaction. To me, it's a dream come true. To me, whatever we were doing back here somewhere wasn't completely fulfilling. It wasn't going to lead to this kind of dream life, okay? But now you've put all of your faith in yourself and this project or this path, and you're looking for all the marbles. Yeah, and you're going to get all the marbles. This is really good. I think Spirit's saying that, yeah, you want this kind of perfect 10. I think you're going to get it, okay? And, we have to try to keep the goal in mind, but not obsess over the goal. Does that make sense? You have a healthy obsession here for the work, for doing the thing, but not an unhealthy obsession for the outcome or the results. Yeah, it's kind of like saying if we keep our goat on the mountain, doing the work, climbing the mountain, we know that the future is going to take care of itself. We know that we're going to get to the top of that mountain. Okay, so this satisfaction, this fulfillment, this bliss, this ecstasy. This sense of purpose and this achievement, it is real, and it's not so much a material goal, though, right? It's not like a certain amount of money. It's not a particular place or a type of house. It's not a detail. It's not a particular job or any kind of recognition even. What it is a sense of accomplishment, a sense of completion, a sense of like feeling like you knew you had a potential in you and you lived up to it. That you did everything you could to be who you had the potential to be. So I think you know that you're meant for great things. You know what your talents are. You know who you are and why you're here. And this is you doing your very best to live up to that. You know? I like that. The 6th position is the Imago. It's an event in your very near future, and this is going to be a celebration. Okay? I feel that it's a celebration. It's passion. It's courage. Okay? And I think that to me it feels like the reward for all of this hard work. Yeah. To me it feels like all of your discipline, all of your hard work, all of the solitude, let's say, is going to be returned to you. It's going to be rewarded. So this feels like it really is, it's kind of a party in your honor. It's some sort of recognition. I feel like a lot of people are lifting you up for something. I feel like there is a massive achievement in your very near future. And I think that, we're going to have to continue with the discipline and the regiment, and but there's going to be a time for indulgence and for kind of like popping the champagne, okay? Because whatever you're doing is working, and whatever you've been working toward, you've almost arrived. And when you arrive, it's going to feel very, very good. Yeah. And you're going to feel as if you have made it. You're going to feel like all the hard work's paid off. And this is extraordinary. It's a major upgrade. Okay? Major upgrade. And this is a reward in itself, because this becomes a feeling that you've done it, that you're capable of it. It's a really good feeling to try to do something and then do it and then say, wow, okay, I really was able to do it. I really was capable of that. Like, it's almost like right now we're kind of in disbelief, or I don't know if this is going to work out. Once it does, you're going to say, man, I did that. I was able to accomplish something. We don't want this to become an inflated ego, right? It's a very good problem to have. There's going to be such recognition and such triumph here that your ego is going to want to inflate big time. We've got to keep it in check a little bit, okay? But that's a very good thing. And allow yourself to feel good about your accomplishment, but don't let it get out of hand. We're going to talk about the path of the serpent, and as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. These readings are totally free. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, general energy, position 7, is the persona, okay? And this is the temperance card, the art or temperance card. And people see you as being very focused. This is kind of the mask we wear in public. This is the costume we wear in the greater theater of life, right? And other people see you as being very balanced, very focused, very methodical, very even. People see you as really as working hard, as maybe being a little bit serious. You take your craft very, very seriously. This is kind of like, you ever watch that show, The Bear? And I forget the actor's name, forgive me. The star, the guy, the chef guy. His character in that show, he was doing his passion. He was obsessed with his chefery, with his cooking, right, with his restaurant and his craft. And he was always in the kitchen, and he was intense, that character, right? I feel like that's kind of you. I feel like people see your intensity. People see you always in the kitchen working on the thing, always in the workshop, always in the laboratory, always in the studio, honing and honing and honing your craft. Obsessed, right? And I feel that this is a very accurate representation of who you are. It may appear as if You don't have any doubts or worries, that you just have this intensity and you're just in there doing it. I don't think people always can see your sensitivity. People can always see your doubts that you sometimes have. Like everybody, you're human, I think, right? You have doubts, you have worries. You don't always believe in yourself. Sometimes we think, I don't know if I can do this, right? But that's not the face that you show people. Yeah, people see just this kind of intense and hardworking, and very methodical, but balanced in a way where there's this seriousness of focus, and it feels like you're never off your game. Yeah, but we have the Hierophant in the environment here, okay, which is a very interesting place for the Hierophant. This is position 8, and this is the shadow, right? This is the way the external events in your life, right, might be triggering something in your shadow, right? I think that sometimes we look around, we see everybody who's doing such a great job at their craft, and we start to doubt ourselves more. It's not that we're necessarily comparing ourselves to others, but kind of in a way we are, right? We look at other people who are doing either something in the same industry as you, or even people in other industries, and we tend to get a little bit discouraged by that, because we tend to look at these other people like they're doing something that I'm not doing, or they have something that I don't have. And this can sometimes motivate us, because it's like, I want to be like them. I want to be the best at what I do, right? Maybe this is, you're trying to be the best at cooking, and we're thinking of someone who's the best at music, and it's just, we're comparing apples and oranges in a way. But everyone who gets to the top of their field, they have something in common. And when you get to that highest level, it doesn't really matter what industry you're in. Everybody sort of has the same qualities, right? So I think that by looking around at what other successful people are doing, you tend to be a little bit more aware of where you might need to put in more work. And so I think it does motivate you, and it does sort of fuel this obsession, right? The Hierophant in the environment, those external events that make us feel like we still got a long way to go, that things are just not perfect yet, okay? I do have a lot more doubts, and I do have weaknesses that I need to sort of address, okay? So what are the external challenges that are reflecting some of your inner fears? Okay, and how might there be some things in the environment or out in your other relationships that are pushing you to grow? Okay, again, challenging situations that sort of make us aware of where we might be falling short, where we need to put in a little bit more work. Okay, position 9 is the Spectre position. It's the 3 of Cups. It represents our fear, worry, and concern, and sometimes this is a card of recognition, celebration, abundance. Okay. And sometimes we may feel like we're missing the wood for the trees here. Sometimes it may be that our fear is that we're going to be so obsessed with this project or this path that we're actually going to miss out on a lot of the joy of it, that we're not really experiencing it because we're so consumed by the work or by the activity that we don't take enough time to just sort of, acknowledge and sort of appreciate, right? And so I think that is a message here, that when we reach this particular point, when this thing arrives, make sure that you give thanks. Make sure that you stop and smell the roses. Make sure that you celebrate. Make sure that you celebrate in a humble way. Not in an ego way, but celebrate by showing gratitude for the people that you're with, if there's other collaborators or whatever. Giving thanks to Spirit, giving thanks to the universe for allowing you this opportunity, and really, really slow down and just appreciate the win. Appreciate what you've brought into the world here. We don't want to be so focused and so intense that the best days of our lives kind of pass us by. So we have to take moments where we can be present, and we can acknowledge and we can feel what's going on, and really be aware of what you're doing, You're doing all this great work, and there's this intensity, there's this productivity, there are these achievements, there is success. You want to make sure that you're present and like you're building the memories, the good memories. Let's make some good memories here. So sometimes it's just being present, stepping outside of the activity to just sort of be like, oh, wow, like, look at what I'm doing in my life, like this is amazing. This is kind of cool. And just to appreciate that, because we don't want to be so, let's say, ambitious or so hardworking that we sort of miss the experience of it. You know what I'm saying? And then position 10 is the sort of the destiny or the final outcome position here. And it's the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is sort of another ending. And like all the queens are looking at the past, all of the queens are trying to process an ending. This is processing something very slowly, allowing ourselves to feel it. So when this thing arrives for you, when we reach this accomplishment, it's kind of the end of an era, right? We want to, we don't want to just very quickly put it away and start the next thing. We don't want to just like burn the bridge and keep moving forward. We want to linger here. We want to make the moment last. We want to savor it. That's the word, savor. For as long as possible. When you're eating something good, you don't just scarf it down and say, okay, next course, right? We want to savor each bite, okay? And that's what this card is. It's kind of savoring the moment. This is like, again, it's all about endings. So when we're leaving a movie theater, right, it's not just like as soon as I step out of the theater, I forgot all about the movie and I'm driving home, what do I need? I need to stop for bread or something at the store. No, it's like we're leaving the movie theater and those feelings, like however we've been changed by that movie, we're feeling it. And the whole ride home, I'm just feeling those feelings. How did the movie make me feel? What kind of things am I aware of now? What am I feeling? And that's how we make something last. That's how we make a memory, right? By savoring the feelings for as long as we can. The emotional tone of your cognition is what creates a memory, right? The strongest memories we have are tied very, very intensely to an emotion. So if you want to remember something, make it emotional, right? And, I feel that's kind of the savoring of this card. Savor the experience of what you're doing now, especially as we're moving into this kind of final stage, or when this thing arrives, we achieve this kind of success or whatever it is, this upgrade. Savor these moments. Make them last. Whatever the feelings are, sit with them for as long as you can so that we create some really strong memories here. Okay? That's what Spirit's trying to tell you right now. Well, let's look at the mystery card. Let's uncover this one together. This is position 11, and this is the guide. And this sometimes is the voice of the silence within you, the voice of your own soul, kind of giving us a piece of advice, letting us know maybe something that we need to develop in ourselves in order to walk the path forward. What do we need to become? What should we focus on? What is the sort of the recommendation? Okay. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's see what it is. And it is the World card, or the Universe card. See the bigger picture, right? Go slow. Don't rush. Take your time. Another kind of savoring kind of energy, right? But it's saying like this is a big, a really big upgrade. A really major accomplishment is coming, and it's it's letting you see the bigger picture of something. So Spirit wants you to appreciate this bigger picture of what this really means. What is the real significance? It's not just, yeah, I did it, it's a win. What does it mean in the larger scheme of your life, right? I think that this is saying that you're kind of hitting it big. And this is going to be like the biggest win, the biggest upgrade that you've experienced. You definitely want to savor it. Don't rush through the process just to get it done quick. Take your time. Make it last. Yeah. Savor it is kind of the key phrase for you right now. But this is the card of conclusions, completions, is the card of patience, it's the card of things slowing down. Yeah. And it's kind of a card that's saying we're kind of finding our place in the world. So if we've kind of been feeling that this has been a lonely path, I think you're gonna find your people. I think we're settling in to a very comfortable life here, and we want to savor it. Yeah, I think that's going to be a very important thing for you. Because again, we want to create those memories. We want to make it last, right? This is something that we want it to last forever, something eternal. Yeah, I think you're building something that's going to last beyond you. So maybe that's also part of the message. Think beyond you. Think about how you're going to make this thing last even after you're long gone. Yeah. Anyway, please let the message find your heart, okay? Each card is a mirror. Each station is a temple of transformation, alternating between who you're becoming and the world you're creating. Remember that the tarot does not dictate your future. It reveals the patterns of possibility. It invites you to co-create your destiny. If this reading has illuminated your soul path, please share your reflections down below. Together we journey onward, ever upward, and ever inward. And we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram, we'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner, and there is a link down below. New readings for Gemini on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.